Okay, the weight loss shots. Everyone's on them. Nobody actually explains them. So let's fix that, honestly. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through every major weight loss injection. Where they came from, how they actually work inside your body, how they stack up against each other, and the side effects nobody likes to put in the ads. One quick but important disclaimer. These are prescription medications. This is educational, not medical advice. The results people get vary a lot, and none of it replaces a real doctor. Cool? Let's get into it. First, the origin story of these drugs. Because honestly, it is genuinely wild. Back in the early 90s, a researcher was studying the venom of the Gila monster, a big, slow desert lizard. Buried in that venom was a compound almost identical to a hormone your own gut makes every time you eat, called GLP-1. The twist? The lizard's version survived in the body for hours instead of minutes. That single discovery became the very first drug in this class, back in 2005. Every blockbuster shot everyone's talking about today is basically a great-grandchild of that lizard molecule. So what do they actually do? It's simpler than you'd think. GLP-1 is a hormone your gut releases when food shows up. These drugs mimic it, and they do three main things. 1, they slow how fast your stomach empties, so you feel full longer. 2, they talk to your brain and quietly turn down appetite and cravings. And 3, they help your pancreas manage blood sugar. That's the base recipe. The newer drugs you're about to meet just stack extra hormones on top. A second one called GIP, a third called glucagon, even one called amylin. Each one pushing the effect a little further. First up, Semaglutide. You know it as Ozempic and Wegovy. This is the one that kicked off the whole craze. Same molecule, different names. Ozempic is approved for type 2 diabetes, Wegovy for weight loss, and there's even a daily pill version. In its big trials, people lost around 15% of their body weight on average over about a year. And for a once-a-week injection, that number was genuinely unheard of. It became the benchmark that every other drug now gets measured against. The trade-off is nausea and stomach upset, usually worst in the first few weeks. Next, Tirzepatide, Mounjaro and Zepbound, the two-in-one. This one doesn't just copy GLP-1, it also switches on that second gut hormone, GIP, 2 levers instead of 1. And in a head-to-head trial against Semaglutide, Tirzepatide straight up won. People lost about 20% of their body weight, versus roughly 14%, and actually reported fewer stomach side effects. Mounjaro is the diabetes label, Zepbound is the weight loss one. As of right now, it's the strongest option you can actually get prescribed. Now the one absolutely everyone is hyped about right now. Retatrutide. If Tirzepatide pulls 2 levers, Retatrutide pulls 3, GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon, which actually helps your body burn more energy on top of eating less. And the results have been the most dramatic yet. In its late-stage trials, average weight loss landed around 25%, with the highest groups pushing toward 30%. That's starting to edge into weight surgery territory from a shot. The catch? It's the newest of the bunch, still finishing its path to approval. And bigger effects can come with bigger side effects. Promising and powerful, but not the finish line just yet. Now let's give some real respect to the OG of the whole group, Liraglutide, also known as Saxenda. Before any of the others, there was this one. Same GLP-1 idea, but it's a daily injection instead of weekly, and the results were more modest. Think mid-single-digit percentages, not the huge numbers we just talked about. That's exactly why the newer, stronger, more convenient shots took over the conversation. But Liraglutide is the one that proved the whole concept actually worked in people. It walked so Ozempic could run. And finally, the newest name that everyone in this space is watching right now. CagriSema. This one takes Semaglutide, the Ozempic molecule, and pairs it with a second ingredient that mimics yet another fullness hormone, amylin. 2 mechanisms bundled into one shot. In its trials, it hit around 22% average weight loss. Genuinely strong. Though funnily enough, it slightly missed the even bigger number its own makers had promised investors. It's the freshest combo in the space, and it's still working its way through approval. Here's the part that actually surprised me. It's not just about because these drugs work on hormones your whole body uses. The benefits are spilling way past the scale. In large trials, Semaglutide actually cut the risk of heart attacks and strokes in certain patients. One of them just got approved to treat obstructive sleep apnea. They're being studied for kidney disease, fatty liver, even reducing cravings for alcohol. And researchers are watching early signals in brain health. Retatrutide's trials even showed big drops in joint pain and reversed prediabetes for most people on it. Honestly, weight loss might end up being the least interesting thing these do. And the next frontier? Getting rid of the needle entirely. For most people, the shot is the hardest part. So the race right now is oral versions, pills that do the same job. Semaglutide already comes as a daily tablet, and new pill-form drugs are moving through trials with results that rival the injections. In a few years, the weight loss shot might just be the weight loss pill. Okay, real talk. The side of these that nobody puts in the ads. Start with the common stuff. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, usually worst when you ramp up. But here's the one people miss. A big chunk of the weight you lose, by some estimates up to 40%, can be muscle, not just fat. That's why protein and strength training aren't optional on these. They're the whole game. Lose muscle and facial volume too fast and you get what people nicknamed Ozempic face. That hollow, tired look. And the honest kicker, these aren't one and done. When most people stop, a lot of the weight comes back within a year or two, because the drug was doing the appetite work for them. There are rarer, more serious risks too, which is exactly why this is a doctor's decision, not a group chat one. Oh, and they're expensive, often hundreds a month without insurance. One more real-world catch, actually getting them. Demand got so massive that these drugs literally went into shortage, which spawned a whole world of cheaper, compounded copies from sketchy online pharmacies. Some are fine, plenty aren't. That grey market is exactly where counterfeits and dosing mistakes show up, which is, yet again, why the real doctor, real pharmacy rule actually matters. Okay, so who are these drugs actually built for in the first place? They were built for type 2 diabetes and for clinically defined obesity. Real medical conditions, managed under real supervision. They're tools, not shortcuts, and they honestly work best next to the boring stuff that always mattered. Enough protein, regular movement, decent sleep. They were never designed to chase 5 vanity pounds, and trying to get them from sketchy, unregulated sources is exactly how people get hurt. My honest take? This whole class of drugs is genuinely a big deal. But it's medicine, not magic. The side effects are real, the muscle loss is real, and your lifestyle still carries the result. If you're curious, talk to an actual doctor, not a TikTok. Tell me which one surprised you most, and I'll see you in the next one.